Just doing a little of the old sketcheroo here. And thought it might be fun to do it with you guys. So welcome. Well, that's a great way to start out a stream, is yawning. That's a brilliant move there, Johnson. Let's get that going. Just doing some warm-up. I need to get inspired for some art later, and just looking at some old stuff here to see if I can find something that'll get me going. I'll probably take some suggestions from the chat as well. Oh, look at this cool thing. Check this out. Let's go. Whoops, that camera. No. Go back. Go back. That's not what I want. Okay. Full screen. Check this out. Hello, this is... Wait, scooch it in. Hi, I am Furtface. I am a robot man. I don't exist. But look at this cool 3D capture deal I got going here. There's a slight delay on the mic, but that's okay. It's what we expect. But Furtman is here to save the day. Furtman. That's pretty cool, right? You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with this. Check this out. Let's go full screen back. So this is the face, right? This is something Procreate does. And let's say we wanted to add, I don't know, let's just put a little. No, that's like a little Hitler mustache. Cowboy. Right? See it down there? Anyway, the point is you can go like... Now I have the full-on... Yes, hello, ladies. Make her eyes all droopy. I'm gonna make myself look more evil. There, now look at it. Look at this. Yeah, I'm evil now. See, I'm evil. Evil. I'm here to take the princess. My name is Furt. It's kind of cool, huh? No, Rid Ogo. That's one I've been told I would like, but have not checked it out. Anyway, that's not what we're doing today. We're gonna do some other stuff. I mean, we got Kirby coming out tomorrow. It's fun to draw Kirby. Even he has a mustache. Just kidding. That didn't work right. Well, there we go. What would he look like with it? Yeah, it's no good. We don't want that. Anyway, I don't know. I just can't. I need some inspiration, so you guys are here to give it to me. I also have to do this guy's cards. It's a long story, but I'm doing a custom deck card or a custom deck for somebody, and he wants mushroom people as the king and queens and jacks and stuff like that. We already did his version of Nux. Version of Furiosa. That's my version of Max, because why not? There's a little bit of the old whatchamacallit. It's like a younger version of Immortan Joe. Anyway, so I gotta do these mushroom people, and for inspiration for that, let's just do some doodling. Alright? We'll start with a nice 12 by 12 square canvas. And you know what? Let's make up some Pokemon. I like this idea. Let me get some pencils out here. How about that? Alright, how about some kind of fake Pokemon? I'll just start drawing it and then we'll name them together, okay? Oh, this is just like... The way that I usually do this is just let's make a shape. Okay. And we take this shape. We decide if we want to use it or move it. I think I'm going to rotate it. And then I'm going to work on it from here. Pull up Gen List one day. I could do that because I don't really know any of them from I don't know any of them from Heart. Like I just don't know any Pokemon. Zoe, I look forward to that. Bring it. Bring it and we'll do that. I'm bringing mine. I'll teach you some tricks. If I have any tricks to teach. I think I will. He's got quite the chin. Got a real, I don't know why I gave him this kind of humanish nose. We're not going to have that. Just going to have, like, nostrils. Okay. We're going to give him a little bit of an underbite. And we're going to just give him some big, gnarly teeth. Okay. He's gonna have like a tentacle looking tail. Maybe it's his reproductive organ. Who's to say? You know? Pokemon gotta do it, man. They gotta get in there, get it done, just like the rest of us. They gotta put the old... Oops. The old... You gotta make more Pokemen and more Pokewomen. Alright, now we're gonna get interesting here. Let's say we're gonna go... Let's give it a new layer. Just shrink that a little bit. Made it too big. Okay. Have some hands here. It's a poorly drawn finger, but that's okay. I'll fix it when I do ink. All right, it's got two hands up there. And it should do a little bit of the old Okay. Need to have some kind of big ears. Let's see. Let's clear that out. Oh no, whoops. That's not what I want. Oh yeah, I do want that. Okay. Feel pretty good about this guy. How about we call... I don't know what to call him yet, but we're gonna ink him. Alright. So hold on to your butts. And then together, chat room and I together, we will name this creature finally. Let's see. Let's get some. I'm sorry, you guys are asking a bunch of questions. Let's do some of this. Zoe, what is the best software to use on an iPad for someone who wants to dabble in digital art and doesn't know where to start? Procreate. It's inexpensive, and it is the jam. It is everybody's bomb right now. Comic artists are using it, illustrators, concept artists. Everybody and their dog is using it. Now, I do a lot of cartoony kind of work and that sort of thing, but it's all done in Procreate. It gives you all the functionality you want with layers. You can export to anything. You can do high res, mid res, whatever. You can animate. You can do some pretty trippy stuff. This recent Batman image I'm really proud of. All done in Procreate. Actually, let's go full screen with that so you don't see all the UI. Anyway, it's the best thing there is. It's amazing. That combined with the pencil. Oh, there's my Dirty Jerry's apartment. It's the thing to beat. Now, you might say, well, wait, what about Photoshop and Adobe stuff? They're not bad. They just don't stand up to it. And I can export to Adobe formatted stuff anyway, so I can do finish work or whatever on a computer. So it's not like you're, stuck with that, but it's the most creative tool there is right now. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, this pixel stuff is interesting because I start this somewhere else. So I wanted to make some pixel art, like game-looking art. I'm still not happy with some of this, but for that, I use this app called Pixel... Crap, what's it called? Pixaki, it's called. And it also has, like, rudimentary animation. You can see this, like, cloud thing here. But this is for specifically creating pixel art. This is a whole lot of fun, too. The irony is that's all this software does, and this was more money than Procreate. Procreate is... I don't understand why it's so inexpensive. I think it's $10 or something. Stupid cheap for what you get. Whereas you'll pay more for other stuff. But anyway, what is my point? I had a point. Procreate, it's awesome. That's what I was going to say. It's really good. Oh, it's more than reasonable. It's stupid cheap. For what you get, they should be charging either a subscription, please hope they never do, and they say they never will, or they should be charging, I don't know, $1,000. Like, I'm not kidding when I say that. That's not hyperbole. They seem to be more interested in being the #1 app in the creative space, and they don't really care about anything else because they figure they'll make their money no matter what, and I agree with them. So no cheesy sales models or any of that. If you ever read any interviews of those guys, they are artists and they're making a thing they want artists to use, and it's maybe one of the most genuine sounding companies. I mean, who knows, things could change. But they're just awesome. I love these guys. And I'll show you all the tricks when I see you in Vegas. Because there's a whole bunch of fun tricks you can do. It'll save you time and get the most out of your digital art. All right. Well, our fake Pokemon coming together here. We're making some progress. Whoops. Oops. We're not going too crazy here. Oops. If I ever told you guys that I had 2 goals. Oh, this is the just the studio pen. I've made it so that it goes a little bigger. I've edited it a little bit. I can't stand the there's nothing wrong with these settings because I think it's very accessible and I'm glad it exists for a bunch of people. But the not stabilization, where is it? Can't remember. Dynamics. Oh, one of these is the smoothing thing. So basically, I'll give you an example. Here's me making a circle out of that. Just a quick dirty circle. Here's one with this other pen, and you can see how it almost follows. Do you see what I'm saying? So when I make a circle there, it's like more perfect. It's because it kind of assists you. It's like a drawing assist. Nothing wrong with that. I am actually all for accessibility features. There are artists who are aging or have like a tremor or early Parkinson's or any number of things, a car accident, hurt their wrist, whatever, and they're just kind of, you know, shaky and all over the place. And these tools allow you to kind of adjust that, and you can go into these pens and really edit that down. This one came with some of it built in, the studio pen. This is just a default pen, but it was too much, so I turned it off. I prefer it not on, but I'm really glad it exists for people because everybody should be able to draw if they want to, you know? Shouldn't be held back by some genetic problem or otherwise, you know? Zoe, I'm excited to see you. I don't know why I'm so excited to see you in particular. No offense to anybody else, but you were just so nice last time. Okay. This Pokemon is not happy. He's just kind of a grumpy old bastard. That's okay. He's like me sometimes. Trying to be less grumpy in my life. It's hard. All right, let's see. Let's get these feet in here, shall we? Look at this cool feature. So let's say you're in here working on this ear and you're nice and close and you want to get a quick shot of everything else. Quick pinch to the middle, goes full screen. Quick pinch out, takes you right back to the ear. Isn't that cool?
It's a nice feature. It's a good feature to have. Feature.
Okay, we got a little chin divot here. May as well lean into that. We got some ear business. Just stick that out to the side there. What else we got here with this guy? I'm not happy with his eye. I'm going to fix that in a minute. Let's get these toes in. Now, you're going to say, Scott, that's kind of sloppy. Why are you doing it that way? Oh, you'll see. You'll see. You'll get the picture. You'll understand. Tally, that'd be amazing. I actually have a question for Tally, but I don't dare ask it on the air. Someone's going to be offended if I do. I don't know if I'll figure it out. Okay, let's get these feet done. There's a whole point of being down here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to close this off, and we're going to cut this out. Sometimes I like to draw stuff and then I remove them as part of the design. This is an unusual technique, or maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just, I think it is, but it's a little like sculpting. So you add some ink that you're actually going to remove and manipulate and do a different way, which I'll explain in a second. So let's see. We'll go up here and... give us a little bit of outcrop on this. I promise I'm not trying to evoke Bob Ross here. We just take a little toe, we add just a dash of this, and then blah, 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 blah. There, you see? Get a little more protrusion out of those, and pretty happy with that. All right, this tail's a little out of control, so we're going to try to do something good with it. I'm going to show you a little cheat here. Not a cheat, but something I like to do. Put it right there. We're going to warp it so this happens. That'll do. Let's combine those. Happy little nail cracks. That's right. Do you guys have... Oh, I beat a bloke. I a bloke. Sorry. I always say I beat a bloke. No, it is I beat a bloke. Jim. No, they've answered this a bunch of times. They have zero plans to bring this stuff to Android. I think they just like platform purity. By that I mean... So think of it this way as the developer. Not that they couldn't do more if they wanted. They certainly could, but... The nice thing about the iPad line, even the differences between the Pro, the Air, or the smaller ones, the bigger ones, all that stuff, it's a unified platform and a unified input system, unified everything. And so developing for it, they can just go all in on that unification and not worry about 10 different brands with 10 different ideas of what a tablet should work like and 10 different pen input styles and how, you know, Samsung does it versus how a Pixel one might work from Google, you know, and so on. And so it's not that it can't be done. I think they just are like, well, are we making this thing? And we just, you know, that's the impression I get from their interviews. Because could they? Yes. Will they? I don't think so. I think they like the fact that it's one, you know, device. But I'll tell you what, even if you're like a gigantic Android fan, and I get it that you are, but you're an artist and you want to do this stuff, consider it. This thing has been a life changer for me. I feel so bad for my Wacom. It's just sitting in the corner over there collecting dust. You should see how dusty my Wacom is. very depressing. And trust me, I check this stuff out every time there's some, you know, some competitor in the space, something that looks like it could be a real opportunity. For example, Microsoft's Studio, when what was that called? Surface Studio. When that happened, I was stoked. Didn't cut it, not even close. The lag and latency on that thing was real bad. What's another one? The Surfaces themselves, like the Surface Pro 2 was pretty good. I used a Wacom pen. Then Microsoft started using their own pen, and that pen's kind of problematic. It's not great. So the newer versions are actually a little bit worse than the older ones in terms of performance and latency. So I keep waiting for them to get it right. So far, baby steps. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's not perfect. Who else? I've tried some Japanese or some Chinese like Wacom competitors that are like standalone devices that either run on Windows or Android. Super glitchy, not great. Oops. And then the whole other thing is I haven't found anything even close to Procreate in terms of artist-friendly solutions. You can get by, you know, Clip Studio is really good. Again, that's also an iPad Pro thing. I don't think that's on Android either. But, of course, desktop, you can use it there. What I want is Procreate for the desktop. I would love that, but I don't think they're going to do it. All right, we're going to give this tentacle needs some balls on it. So we're going to do some tentacle balls. And I'm going to use a different pen to do it. That'll work. No, I don't use any of the screen protectors. There are some out there. Some people don't like the smooth. This is true of Wacom or anything else. Some people don't like smooth glass as a surface, and it does take a little getting used to, I'll admit that. But once you do, it's not a problem. So my recommendation is just kind of get used to it. Those things do exist. My problem with those is, by their sheer nature, they create texture. And so two things happen. This is like paperwood, right? And that's good from a feel standpoint, especially when you're transitioning from traditional to digital. Because I did have this on my Wacom for a while. I ended up getting rid of it. But the problem is the texture on both the cover and the pen are going to be affected over time and much quicker. So the texture on your Wacom starts to wear super thin and get scratchy and weird looking, and you got to swap it out. Not that big a deal, but the bigger, expensive, more annoying thing is your pen tips take a serious beating over time. They just get wrecked. And lopsided, like the tip will be all lopsided one way, and they just and that's not the funnest thing to deal with. But I just got used to it, and I like it. I prefer it. I can still work on paper just fine, but it's just like I know I can just feel the difference, and I just work within those constraints. And that's what I recommend. Your mileage may vary, okay? So keep that in mind. This is by no means the perfect solution, but it works for me. All right. I think it's time to fix this eyeball. I don't like it. Let's flatten some layers. I'm just going to delete this eye. We're going to go in here. this pen. I'm just gonna go big. No. There's lots of shortcuts. One thing I always tell people that's great about the way the iPad or a tablet works in general, it's perfect for rotating your canvas. Whereas, you know, traditional paper even or illustration board or whatever you're using is a little more problematic. I don't like where this eyelid is. We're going to fix that. And so, what am I trying to say? So this pinch and zoom and rotate is just simply 2 fingers, like just bzz, 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 bzz. It's so easy. This can be done on desktop, but you got to use a combination of keys. So on Photoshop, for example, if you're using a Wacom or something and you hold down R while you then pen somewhere, it will rotate. But it's just this combination thing that you don't have to do here. You're just using your hand. I really like that about working in this. All right. Now he's looking at the camera, man. He's looking right at you. Like the bastard that he is. This cranky, whatever the hell this thing is. All right. Let's see. It's detail time. We'll take the ink only and add some flair and flavor to it. Just a little bit of hashy marky business. Be thinking about what you want to call this guy. As far as how I'm actually showing you guys this is the fun. This is pretty fun. So this will work on a PC or a Mac, either one. There's a piece of software. It's like $14 called, oh shit, what's this called? Reflector. Reflector 4 specifically is the newest version. It's like $14, like nothing. You run that on your PC or Mac. It will basically create an AirPlay server for you to capture just your iPad as a window, rather than AirPlay, which is AirPlay's usually full screen, like capture everything, right? Like send a phone to a TV, or even the way Google, oh, what's it called? I forgot the name of the Google one. With the dongle, what's that called? Google, whatever it is. Chromecast, that's it. It also supports Chromecast, actually, so you can use that for this if you want to, but it's just like that. Anyway, you send this via it's just Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, I guess. Some combination of the both, and I think there's a way to actually wire it too if you want to, but like USB it in there. It just via the internet, or via wirelessly, sends what I'm doing on this iPad Pro to that screen over here, which you guys can't see, but you are seeing it because I'm capturing it. And then OBS just captures that display and puts it up here. So there it is, a little bit bigger. Normally there's video games there. Let's see. Is that a more full screen one? Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. So you get like you get a pretty cool projection, and then I just stream it. I happen to be doing this on a Mac, but you could do it on a PC just as easy. Okay. What else? What else are we doing to this guy? Are we gonna do anything else to him? Just making him a little more detailed, you know, give him a little bit of the old deal here. All right. All right. I think he's about done. A couple more little tweaks. Okay. We have our fake Pokemon. Now time to color him. Let's go with like he might be a weird kind of red color. Not quite red, not quite orange. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's get out a fat brush. Lay down some big color here. Sorry, I don't mean to be singing. I like this White Bat Audio playlist, so I tend to hum with it. If you want to know what my growing up years sound like in my head, it's this synthy 80s freaking sun's out, top down. Play the NES in the afternoon, go to a party at night, go to ladies' night at Xenon. Hope not to get carded because I'm tall. It worked. This is TMI for people. What's funny is my friends would do it so they could drink. I didn't get carded so I could just get in. I didn't drink, and then I would drive everybody home because they were too drunk to drive. Driving around, tape player rolling, playing Information Society or some other cool band. So we're going to fill that in because I'm just going to color over that, so let's fix that here in a second. Also, this is his ear. So, big tip coming here. I'll tell you a tip here. Oops. The tip is, you're like, wait, Scott, why are you coloring those eyes the same as his sort of orange monster flesh? And the answer will be obvious in a second. All right, he's pretty filled in. So here's what I do. The eyes are going to be white. Now you might say, well, Scott, you already had them white. No, the answer is, or the truth is I didn't. They were transparent before. Now they're turning white for real. I'll give you an example. If we put a background color of, here, let's blow this out. Let's say it's, I don't know, blue. Note that that eye is white now because I've painted it white. Had this not had the orange in it, it would also be blue. See, I'm erasing right now. It would be blue, and that would be annoying. And because I know what the constraints of the orange are already, me drawing white on top of that is actually faster and easier and more accurate, and I don't have it end up some weird artifact off to the side that I missed if I just paint over it. This is something most of my cartoonist buddies do for the most part. It's just a little tippy trick thing. Or, you know, an alternate would be to put that blue in the background as a standard, and then you're always filling in anything that's blue. It's like, oh, that hasn't been painted yet. Oh, that hasn't been painted yet. But see, if I didn't have this on, I wouldn't know that this over here. Here, let me arrow. This is fun to show. So this right here that I'm pointing to, that's a bad arrow. Okay, this right here, this looks like I'm getting white all the way around the corner. But if I show you what's really there, see this blue part right here at the edge, that's not actually white yet. And I would have missed that had I not done one of these two techniques. Either fill it in with orange and then redo with the white, or whatever alternate color, or put in a black background or a dark background and then go back in and fix. It's just a tiny thing, but one that totally works for me. The ones in the middle of the face are fine because, you know what these are, but just a little trick. Whoops. Okay, well, get rid of that arrow. We don't be needing that.
Get rid of your arrow. Who needs it?
All right, those nails and the head things are going to be some kind of nasty yellow, I think. Yeah. Some of you say, "Hey Scott, why don't you just dump into these spaces? It's all closed off with ink. Couldn't I just paint bucket in here?" Well, let me show you what happens when I do that. If I paint bucket in there, wah, does the whole screen. All right, you see that? Wah. Well, why is that? Well, that's because this black layer is separate, the ink layer, from the color layer. And so I'm not actually dropping it into the ink. If I was, let me do this. It would do what you think it's going to do. What's the problem with that, you'd say? Lots of problems. This is especially true on Photoshop. It's a little less of a problem here. But if you fill in just ink space with color on top, well, A, you don't have the layer control that you would want to have. So right now I'm being very non-destructive. If I wanted to go back and edit this at all, I could. And because I'm drawing this on the on top, or excuse me, underneath the orange layer, I can you guys can't see it, but let's see. I'll take away orange. See how I can go like in here? Because who cares? Blah, 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 blah. But that's because the orange covers up what's already there. It acts as basically an overlay. Some of this is really simple, so I'm probably preaching to the choir here. But anyway, you want to have non-destruction. You want your layers to be there. So like if I was like, I don't know if I'm happy with the color of those, I can always go in here and say, let's make them darker or brighter or whatever, but it doesn't affect the whole image. It only affects that, and it definitely doesn't affect the ink image. The ink layer needs to be, all integrity all the time. You don't want that to be effed up. Hopefully that made sense. I don't know if it did or not. The other thing nice about White Bat Audio, if you look him up, all of his music is you just use it, stream safe, YouTube safe. He released it as such and made it clear that that's all available for people to use whenever they want to. And I just think that makes him one of the good guys. And so when he has albums to pay for and things, I'm happy to support him because I think that's forward thinking. It's usually not the artists anyway who have the problem. It's their labels that are weird. Okay. Feel pretty good about that. The question is, do we keep the hands? I think we do. They're going to stay the same color. What happened to my audio? Hold on. Come back. Yes, I'm still... Ooh, they're doing the Netflix thing. No, this isn't it. Oh, no, this is fine. Whatever. I don't know who that is. All right. Did you guys hear the inventor of the GIF died? As to layers, so this is an important distinction. The way layers work is, the way I do layers, you'll notice I don't have that many here. I did before, but I combined them a lot. So here's an example. I don't need these two that are currently separate color layers. Now, if I wanted, I could just keep them all separate, and then that integrity thing I was talking about is there. But I'm confident with the colors I've chosen. So I like to work in less layers if possible. It's just less complicated. So I'll combine those two. Now I'm working with 3 plus that background layer plus sketch layer, and sketch layer is currently hidden. But you can go nuts and have, a million layers if you want. And some would argue that's the better way to do it, but I like a nice clean workflow. Who's Jawed? What resolution? This is 12 inches by 12 inches, 400 dots per inch. So that's what I print at. That's easy to scale it down for web needs. But yes, Ika Sear, how do you say your name? It is, this would print out at 12 inches, foot wide, foot tall. By the way, working in Square, if you're going to do something that's pure digital and you don't have a printing need, I still recommend working large like that. But this is going to shrink way down when I put it on like Instagram or something. And also, it's good for Instagram because Instagram is best displayed at in a square aspect ratio. If you do it in you do it tall or wide, you got a crop issue. Even though they have a little stretch option now, it still crops. It's super annoying. But you do have to think about where you're going to put your stuff, I guess, like where are you going to display it if you're going to display it. Some of you may be like, no, I just want to draw for me. Well, that's fine. You don't need to do any of these things I'm saying, if that's the case. But I think I want to do, let's see. Go a little darker for this thing. This weird little flesh pipe thing. We're going to do that with these. Oh, I also realized, hold on. You guys might be seeing this with the dim. I don't know if that made a difference, but I have my screen dimmed. Since it's capturing screen, it probably did. So everything I just said is correct, but I am outputting this to you guys. You're only seeing this entire video at 1080p, 30 frames. So I'm seeing it at 60. You're getting it at 30. Because who cares, right? You don't need to worry about frame rate here so much. Okay, well, he's basically there. We got a couple things I want to do to him. Let's see. Giving him like a Fred Flintstone beard. Ah. Oh my gosh. I have this weird glitch once in a while. Procreate's pretty glitch free, but once in a while I'll do like a weird pen thing. It seems to be just Procreate. I don't know what that's about. Okay. Probably put some of that up here too. Just a little bit of the old. This song has singing. Okay, let's see. Just having some fun with some colored stuff here. Oh my gosh, that's wrong. That is the wrong pen. Thank you. Okay. Let's see what we have. Okay. I mean, there's a whole lot more I could do. I don't know if we want to go too nuts with him just for time. We need to name him. Color depth. Hold on. I'm not sure what color depth I'm using at the moment. Let's go look. Whoops. Get back in there. Where's my document? Canvas info. Forget where this is. Oh, did I say 400 DPI? I didn't mean that. 300. 300 is all you need for printing. 400 is overkill. 12 by 12. Physical height and width. You can do also pixels, millimeters, centimeters, all that stuff. It's all in there. 3600 pixels by 3600 pixels at 300 DPI will get you a really, really great 12 by 12 print. It also scales up pretty well, but all right. Layers, assisted layers. Where's my color profile? Here we go. sRGB. I don't know that version. What's the effective color use? It's all techie color business. You guys want to see the video? Check this out. It's full color depth. That's all I know. Where's the damn video? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Video. Watch this. So it records everything you've done, every pen stroke you've made, and lets you export it as 4K video. Like you can also zoom in and out while it's doing it. It's kind of cool. So you guys were here for all of this, but you can now see it in high speed. That's why when you see somebody, a lot of artists will put their speed art up after they're finished, and this is how they're doing it. They just export this. It's a very cool feature. It's basically just data. So there's no video stored. It's data. Think of it as like a replay of StarCraft. Remember StarCraft replays? They weren't actual video files. They were game files of data happening. And the data would just represent what happens in the game again. Well, the same thing is true here. But then if you wanted to, you could go here and go, yeah, let's export that time-lapse video. I can do the full length. Let's send it out at 4K, and we can send it wherever we want, file size, all that. But it'll send it out as like a full resolution file, no matter how big your art is. That's pretty rad. That they do that, I think. I think that's a really cool feature. All right. Oh, I'm tempted to add some stuff. Hang on. Let's do something real fast here. I really like, where is it? That guy there. It's this one brush I'm kind of into, and you won't think that looks good yet, but just a second. Take that, let's fiddle with our layer a little bit. Go. Probably an overlay. Just gives a nice crusty look to him. Looks like he's a little dirty. He doesn't have the perfect skin, you know. He's a freaking Pokemon. What do you expect? Might brighten that up a little too. Okay. He needs a name and he needs a background, so I'm going to do that. Let's give it like an actual thing here. My brain's not working. Scott, get the thing you want, you dumbass. Oh, let me do one more thing. Oh, see, I screwed up something. See what I've done here? That's what I'm saying about white backgrounds. You effed up. Sometimes you F up because you're not paying attention. All right. Let's get some organic shit going on. Oh, that's all. Let's fix that. A little high there. Okay, so he's just out in the weeds. That's fine for a sky. Probably go a little lighter. And then we can clean up this problem I have by going select, invert. Can I do the whole thing? Yeah, just that. There we go. All cleaned up. Get a little bit of a shadow going. Whoops. It's a little skewampus. There we go. Oops. That's because I have that green in there. That's okay. I'll fix it manually. I'm telling you, though, I grew up in the best decade. 80s was the best, man. I don't care what anyone says. And the 90s were awesome for my 20s. I loved the 90s. I think the 2000s kind of sucked. Still a little off there. Okay. Do a little bit of the old let's go. Okay. He needs a name. What will his name be? Zoe, same. My first was born in 94. My last was born in 2000. So it's basically the 90s were my kids having kids years. Because we started so young. I was 24 when Taylor was born. Is that right? Pretty crazy. Give me the color ending there, buddy. All right, do we have a name? Squirk? Gorp Plop? Civ? It's all I can do not to do it. I want one really bad. The problem is, it's a direct answer to those of us who were like, dude, those pros back in 2018 or whatever, the new tower they did, started at like $6,500. It was ridiculous, right? It was just like over the top, like, what the frick? What are you thinking? And that was for, you know, big editing houses and studios and stuff, and I understand what they were aiming for there, but they forgot about people like me and you. We kind of like brushing up against the pro crowd, but not quite there, certainly price-wise. And so this is an answer to that, I believe, because they're pretty reasonable. given what they do and how much faster they are than everything, including that $6,500 freaking Pro. It's ridiculous. So for like $2,000, you can be what was it, like 12 to 20 times faster than that thing? It's so stupid. Anyway, the only thing holding me back is, truthfully, this mini M1 that I picked up last year has so far exceeded my expectations of what I thought it was capable of at the time that I don't need it yet. I want it, but I don't think I need it. And had I waited another year and was still running some old Intel thing, a no-brainer. It'd be on its way. Business-wise, I could have justified it for a business purchase, taxes, all that. Like it would be coming to me right now. But the M1 Mini has been so awesome. This thing, it's not often, I don't care who the company is, it's not often somebody makes a thing and promises big things and then actually kind of over-delivers on it. Especially Apple. They make a lot of great stuff. I like Apple just fine. But it's rare when the thing actually performs better than their hype did. The hype undersold it. It's kind of nuts. Now, I don't use it for, I'm not using it for like you are with Windows and Parallels and all that. I'm not doing any of that because I don't need it for that. But everything else I throw at it, including a bunch of game stuff, I just don't have any problems. It's been just wonderful, and I can do a million things at once. I maxed out memory, so I've got the biggest amount you could get, plus that does that integrated chip memory stuff, which is really fast performing stuff, and everything's fast. Everything is like exponentially better than it was. So for me to just go, yep, ready to plop another couple grand down on it, I don't think I can justify it. So don't tempt me, damn it. It's insane how well it runs. It really is. I mean, I'm not just fanboying here, for real. I've been disappointed in stuff in the past, and whatever things are whatever they are from whoever you get, whatever you get. But usually I don't expect to have it overkill as much as it did, and the thing is overkill. It's just overkill. The only thing I don't like about it is it's missing some ports, and the mini the Studio rectifies that in spades. There's a ton of ports on that thing. This thing I have to kind of pull it out and make another port replicator, and have Thunderbolt extend out to another 4 ports or whatever, just to get all the stuff I want hooked up. But other than that, like I think it's 2 or 3 ports less than the Intel Mini had, which is just weird. I don't know why they did that, but bang for buck, performance per dollar, like I cannot say enough about this device. And I'm as surprised as anyone else to hear it. I'm not used to them delivering in such a massive way for me. All right, I'm going to do a quick thing with his eyes, and then I'm going to call it good, I think, from there. Get some other stuff I got to do before core tonight. And yes, you heard me. There's a core tonight. We got stuff to talk about. Oh, that's not going to work. Tomorrow's Kirby Day. You guys, Kirby. Oh, I'm so excited for Kirby. Yeah, Civ, that's the thing. And I've got top-of-the-line PC for gaming and stuff, and that thing, this puts it to shame. In fact, I prefer streaming here over streaming on my PC. I get better performance. I can't believe I'm saying that. I guess what I'm saying is that M1 chip is really all they promised it would be, and I'm convinced it's the future. This ARM architecture is amazing, and I want everyone to do it. I want Intel to do it. I want everybody to do it. It's time. It's crazy, but yeah, they really killed it. All right. Cyborg dude, it sounds a lot like that Kirby game's going to scratch the exact itch we're looking for there. So I'm with you. That's what I'm looking forward to. Just some good old-fashioned Nintendo platforming goodness, man. Oh, I'm so excited. So ready. Oops. There's our signature. Let's fade him out a little bit. Don't need it to be so prominent. Let's shrink him a tad and move him down here. Here we go. All right, we finished him. Did we get a name? So what are you using now for Procreate? This is an iPad Pro, 12.9 inch, 2020 edition, or whenever the last revision was. I grabbed this one. Can't remember. Oh, Matuba, that must have been insane going from an 09 to that. Holy schmoop. Gundersnorf. You know what? I like Gundersnorf. Gundersnorf. You know what? That's a good one. I'm doing it. I'm writing this down. Congratulations, Gundersnorf. Just need to write it down so I remember it. Yes, that is English. All right. I believe we're done. Don't forget. This is scary and weird, and that you should be scared of it. But Kirby is your friend. Don't let his freaky thumb freak you out. Also, here he is in gelatinous form. It's a gelatinous cube. See, with the skeleton heads and stuff in there, and then gelatinous curb. See, yeah. Then you got your pants wearing Kirby. See, with the pants on. Yeah, that's not weird at all. And didn't I do one more? I may have. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I thought I did one more. Oh, and just don't forget what the Among Us guys look like underneath their clothes. All right, don't forget that. And you can tell this guy was up to no good because he's got his little knife there in his undies, and also he's a little yellow down here. Do you notice that? Just a little too much of the old pee down there down south. You know what I mean? Maybe shake that off a couple more times or whatever. Also, I don't know about this little butt cheek right here, the little butt cheek wrap around there. That's a little bit weird. Also, don't ask about the arm. It's strange, and I don't get it either, but just remember. Just remember. Always remember. Oh, and I can't wait to show you guys this project. This is a little sneak peek. I keep teasing it, but I got plans. I'm making some cool stuff. Oh, another Kirby machine. Look at this. Kirby arcade machine that I made. Yeah, look at Kirby all beat up. Crazy Kirby, it says. I'm Crazy Kirby, and this is my video game about being Crazy Kirby. But when I tell you guys about this, you're going to flip your lids. Still my favorite I ever did. I love this one. Do you know I hand did all this? This looks like it was taken right off the box. It wasn't. It was just a reference. I had to redo the whole thing. It's a huge pain in my ass. And then I made it look dirty. Worn out. Bullet holes, man. What kind of arcade has a shooting in it? Oh, man. And it still works? What the actual F? This took me way too long, though. I'd do more of these if it didn't take me so damn long. I'd do like an apocalyptic joust or something, but they take forever to do. I want to see a whole arcade of these. Just a burned out old arcade, but they're all kind of haunted and still working. Look at that. Look at this gouge in the freaking whatever that's called. What do you call that? The joystick board unit. And who knows what's leaking out of this thing? Old rusty piece of shit. There's my name. 2019. That's been a while now. That was the before times. Remember that? Remember the before times? Those were good times. All right. I think we're done. Thank you all for watching and hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Core tonight, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Video games. Me, Bo, John.
A whole lot of us. Hanging out, doing cool stuff. What else could you ask for on a Thursday night? Hard to say, isn't it? You don't really know. I know. So be there. Bye now.